Alright, so as you can tell by the title, I'm going to talk about two occurrences that I had that I'm probably my only two interactions with law enforcement while driving. No, there's more. Alright, this one is going to be my interactions with law enforcement while in the US. I'll talk about a different one overseas. So first one, let's start with Florida. My interactions with the cops in Florida, right? So this happened a long time ago. Let's say 2014. That's as far as I can remember, but it probably was before 2014. But let's go 2014, right? So, 2014, I was in Tampa, right? So I went down to visit, and then on my way back to it, I was from Tampa to Orlando. So you know that big it's like a 2-hour drive gap. But while driving on the road, you have these areas where the cops would like sit and wait with their radar gun and whatever. But you couldn't see him, right? He was literally tucked into one of those areas. It would be impossible to see this guy. So, you know, I was driving. I was having a little bit of road rage with some crazy drivers, you know. So I decided to go a little bit, but a lot about the speed limit. I think the speed limit right there is 65, and I was definitely doing like probably 85, you know, just to get away from all those crazy drivers. So I caught something in my peripheral as I was driving by, and I was like, oh shoot, because I saw when he because he was outside the car with his radar gun. Then the moment he went inside the car, I was like, oh crap, here we go. I tried to dodge and hide inside traffic, but my efforts weren't good enough. So got pulled over, right? And then here comes the dude that was trying to catch up to me. The zoops by, laughing, ha ha ha. So you know, I got pulled over, license and registration, whatever. And then, so luckily it was a good guy, good cop, you know, a white dude, one of the very few good ones. So he was like, hey, so do you know you were going 85 and a 65? I was like, no, not really. You know, I had an emergency that I had to attend to. I told him that, you know, I had to go back to work, which wasn't really a lie, but I didn't have to go back to work that day. But you know, I explained the situation like, yo, I really have to go, you know, because I had a flight waiting for me, yada yada yada. And you know, he was very receptive, which was good, which I really, really appreciated. I mean, like I said, good guy. Then he was like, okay, hang tight. So he went back to the car. He was back there for like 20 minutes, you know, and then finally he came back. He was like, all right, man, this is what I'm gonna do for you today. And I heard, I was like, oh shoot, here we go. Because I'm already made up my mind, like, yo, I might have a fat ticket to pay. Yeah, it's gonna be mad expensive. My mind was already made up, and there was no turning back. I was like, all right, cool, just hit me with the bad news. He was like, all right, I'm gonna let you off with a warning. I'm gonna put it in the system and say, hey, you know, we spoke about it, and then, you know, but the next time you get caught if you get caught again, they'll see it in the system, and it's an automatic ticket. I was like, oh, thank you, Jesus. And yeah, so I got let off with a warning. The second time, I had an interaction with a cop. Like, got pulled over in the U.S. while in the U.S. was 25th. Actually, the first story, my bad. First story happened after this one I'm gonna talk about. So that one happened in, I want to say 2016. No, 15. Yep, 15. But this one definitely happened in 2014. January of 2014. So I was during that time I had some stuff that I was dealing with. Long story short, I had to go to court the next day. No, 2 days after. So I was in this situation where I had to keep my nose clean for a while, just to ensure that what I was working on was processed successfully through the government, which also involved the court. So, I was going out to get some food, and as I was driving a Volkswagen Jetta, right? So here comes this dude at the stoplight, right? So we're at the stoplight, and then he started revving his engine, giving me that look like, yo, let's get it. And then, bam, it took off as soon as the light changed to green. So here I am, and we're just at it, trying to he was like this, and then I would pass him up, then he'll pass me up, and then, we kept it going for a good, I say, mile and a half, 2 miles before here comes the flashing lights behind me. I was like, oh, mind you that this is my first time getting pulled over, like, ever, right? And you'll see all the horror stories and stuff like, hey, you get pulled over, the cops gonna do this, cops gonna say that. So my mind was already very like, all right, cool. Let's see what this cop gotta say. So he pulls me over. That man clocked me at 95 in a 45. Super fast though. Yeah, I gave the whole spiel. I was talking about the whole thing that I had to go to court for. It wasn't bad, just so everyone knows. It was actually a good thing while I was going. I was going to get something that I needed in order to move forward in life, I would say. But like I said, I had to keep my nose clean, so I had to lay it all on the table. Like, yo, my bad. I didn't realize I was going that fast. But I got some court stuff I had to do with me. Like, hell of a brother out. Another white dude. Which surprisingly was cool, because you would think, you look at this dude and you would think that, there's no way you're getting off without a ticket. But he was cool about it, He worked with me, and he gave me a citation, I believe it was a citation, but it wasn't that I had to pay. It was more so of, hey, no, it was a warning actually. Another warning, like, yo, spoke about it, don't do this shit again. If you do it again, you get in trouble. And yeah, I got lucky, And when in that same area, about 8-9 months afterwards, I was using GPS to get from one area to the next, and then the GPS sent me down a road where it's like, it was supposed to be a one-way, so I was going the wrong direction on a one-way. Didn't realize it until I saw the cop came out of where he was and completely blocked the road. I was like, oh shoot, this is gonna be bad. We talked about it at first. He was trying to tell me that, there's no way the GPS could have led me down this road, and I showed it to him, and he was like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, he ain't said nothing. He just walked away. I just worked around and go on about my business. But bonus story before I close it out. So in New York, not New York City, upstate New York, so I was driving from Watertown down to Syracuse for an event, and that drive is long and boring, right? So here comes this dude wanna challenge me, in a race. So, I ain't backing down. So we were going at it. We were hitting speeds of like 100 and something, and then a little voice came to my head like, slow it down. So, because he was behind me, so I slowed down. I went from, if I remember correctly, it was like 100 down to 65 or 60. It was just like a drastic change, and then zoops past me. The moment that man passed me, the cops just came out of the woodworks and it went after him. I was like, yo, thank you, Jesus, because that could have been me. So long story short, if you get pulled over, just be respectful. You know, try to reason with them. I know some of them are arrogant and whatever. Try to reason with them, because you can determine the outcome of the situation. You know what I mean? Because if you approach it aggressively, things might not work out your favor. But if you're cool about it and you know willing to talk to the cop in a polite and respectful manner, chances are you'll probably you know not get away with it, but you probably won't get a ticket, or the ticket won't be as extreme as it's supposed to be. Because I had a family member that did the same thing, in respect to the cop. Instead of him getting a ticket for reckless driving, he got a ticket for like running a stoplight, you know, something like that. So, you know, just know what you're doing, man. Just know what you're doing. But that's it. That's where I'm gonna close this out. Yeah. Thank you for watching. See you next time.